and hot beef. So good. What's up, folks? Chef Matt Basile back in the backyard down south in sunny Florida. I'm on hiatus. I'm taking some time off. Really need it, but I still need to cook every single day because I love cooking. I want to show you sandwiches that you should be making if you're retired. Today I'm going to show you to make the pulled Italian beef sandwich, one of my all-time favorite sandwiches. First time I ever had it in Pittsburgh. I think that's actually the birthplace of the Italian beef sandwich. It's pulled beef, it's got muffulettas, and it's got pepperoncini peppers and melted cheese. I'm gonna put a little mushrooms in mine. It's fantastic, it's bada bing, beautiful. And I'm gonna show you how to make it in the comfort of your own backyard. Let's start cooking. Okay, so the Italian beef sandwich, so flavorful, really not that complicated. I'm gonna get started. First thing you need is some beautiful beef, short rib beef. Beautiful beef, short rib beef. Beautiful beef, short ribs. You can use bone in. I can use boneless, obviously. It's a lot easier to pull the meat without having to go through the bones. You could also use beef blade. Some people use brisket. I'm not a fan of brisket. It really takes a long time to cook it. So I think, personally, short rib is the way to go. We're just gonna season it up with a little bit of salt and then a little bit of Italian seasoning. So in the Italian seasoning, there's chili flakes, there's garlic flakes, fennel, there's a dried oregano, some dried parsley, dried basil. Awesome. Now, we're gonna grab our cast iron skillet. I'm gonna put this directly on the barbecue. The barbecue's already pretty hot, which is nice. A little bit of olive oil. Olive oil goes right into the cast iron. We're gonna sear off the beef, and then we're gonna slow cook it on the barbecue in that cast iron. Just gonna close the barbecue, get it nice and hot. Then we're gonna add a few other ingredients to really help that low and slow cook. Allow that beef to fall apart, be super moist, super juicy. You're gonna thank me later. All right, so the cast iron skillet, nice and hot. We're gonna get this beef right in that skillet. And you're gonna hear it sear. That's what we wanna hear. Just gonna go back and add a little bit more seasoning. That's the Italian seasoning, a little bit more salt. Once you have a little cook on one side, you're gonna give those pieces a flip. And then once it's flipped, I'm gonna go back, add a little bit more of that Italian seasoning on this side now. Get all of that beautifully seasoned. A little bit more salt. This is the magical addition to this awesome sandwich. These are pepperoncini peppers, okay? Pepperoncini peppers are just pickled hot peppers, little baby banana peppers. We're gonna add this directly to the beef that's in that cast iron. I'm gonna add some beef stock to it. And we're gonna braise it with that beautiful pepperoncini juice and the peppers in that cast iron. So now I'm gonna close the barbecue. I'm gonna allow that to cook for about 3 to 4 hours, but literally it's a visual thing. You should be able to take a fork and just easily pull it apart. If you find that the meat is absorbing that liquid too fast, great, add a little more. Add beef stock, add water, add a little bit of white wine, add a combination of all three. More liquid, the better, but you don't want to oversaturate it without it actually absorbing it. So as you see it starting to absorb it, feel free to add a little bit more. It should be about a 3 to 4 hour cook. So now that the beef is slowly cooking in the barbecue, we're just gonna tackle one of the toppings that goes with it, some mushrooms. Just gonna lightly saute them and add that to the hoagie when it's ready to go. Got a little pan here on the side, a little olive oil in the pan. Move it around, make sure it's fully covered. Let it come to temp, and then we're gonna add our mushrooms. So once the mushrooms have a nice little brown golden color to it, I'm gonna add it to our beef braise and let those mushrooms cook with the beef and the broth. Just gonna go in, make sure they're submerged with the beef, and let that all cook together. All right, this beef has been cooking in juices for hours. We're gonna open up the grill and we're gonna start to pull this meat apart with forks. Just so beautiful. Now we're gonna build our sandwich. So I'm gonna cut my hoagie roll. I'm gonna open it up just like so. I'm gonna put my provolone cheese down. Don't go light on the provolone, ever. Never go light on the provolone. Then I'm gonna come in with my muffuletta mix. It adds the perfect amount of like pickling and spice Then I'm gonna take my hot beef, throw it right in the middle there. Now for the pro tip, take the sandwich, throw it in the paper, you're gonna roll it, close it, nice and tight. Let it sit there for like 30 seconds, maybe a minute, okay? And when it's sitting there, it's melting that cheese, which is exactly what we want. All right, so the hot beef sandwich has been rolled, wrapped, sitting in this. It's allowing for there to create a little bit of steam. That's melting the cheese. Just gonna cut that in half. And bada bing, beautiful. That's a sandwich. An Italian pulled beef sandwich, provolone cheese, muffaletta, short rib. My God, this is incredible. So good, so juicy. I love it. I love it. Incredible. Well, there you have it, folks. Another Matt's on hiatus doing recipe videos, making sandwiches for you. Make sure to like the channel. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment down below if I haven't made your favorite sandwich yet. Till next time. And hot beef. So good.